On October 9th, 2023, my friends and I went to Queen Mary. Probably the weirdest experience I've ever had in my entire life. Uh, it felt different. It felt like we weren't supposed to be there. We were doing something that we weren't supposed to do at all. And this experience was just very weird. We came soon to figure out that our friend got possessed at the end. A lot of shit happened. Our friend got in an argument with us for some odd reason. Still don't know the circumstances of it. But that whole night was just very, very chaotic. And I really do want to share this story to you guys and tell you guys all the experiences that we had on that ship.
You are not touching us. If you stay.
So at first I was just going to the Queen Mary. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen or like the crazy events that would like transpire while I was there. On my way there, I was pretty nervous, to be honest. I was iffy about going, but I really wanted to go because I thought I'd have a great time. I did have a great time, but there was a lot of crazy shit that ended up happening. Once we finally got there, I was definitely more nervous. I felt like kind of like a small pit in my stomach, and I was questioning if I should go home or not. And I was like, nah, like I have friends here. Everything's gonna be great. It'll be fine. We put a sage on us, and then I felt a lot better after that. And then once we went inside to the hotel, then the whole vibe changed, and it was like a lot more spooky, I wouldn't say scary, but I felt uneasy, and like it wasn't a good vibe at all. And I could tell that other people like Josh and Christian felt it as well. I actually started filming. I felt a lot better, but once we were in the room, that was like one of the most eerie parts of the whole thing. Obviously, we were like making jokes and stuff about like how haunted it is, and I don't think anybody really expected anything to happen.
Queen Mary, huh? Well, I'll admittedly say that Queen Mary was 100% my idea. I mean, it was like, honestly, so just like, I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. Like, literally was sitting in IKEA with Josh eating, and I was just like, hey, like, it's Halloween time, we should do like a haunted video, maybe somewhere like Queen Mary. And then like, I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 3 days later, he's like, we're gonna book this room. So I made the calls while he was at work. We booked the room, and going into it, I was actually really like looking forward to it. I wasn't nervous at all. I mean, I had been there 3 years ago. I had a crazy experience, you know, and just like, I wasn't nervous because I wasn't going back to the same spot that I was at least not that I knew of at the time. And you know, yeah, I mean, Josh, myself, Aiden, Chris, just coming into it, we were feeling great. Like even walking into the room, you know, we were staying in the Duke in Edinburgh suite. They said, you know, when I called him, it was the second most haunted room on the ship, and I was ecstatic. I was ready. I was ready to have like a crazy night, a crazy experience. You know, I felt safe because I was with a group of people. I knew that we, you know, saged ourselves down, and, you know, we were walking into it with the correct precautions, and I was ready for it. But I honestly didn't know what we were actually walking into that night. You know, the moment I walked into that room, just everything felt off. I feel like the vibe was just off between even the group at that point. Like, we were just like, we were trying to make light of the situation, but like even at that, like all of us just kept feeling like there was something, maybe it's just me, but I felt like there was just kept something being around us at points, whether it was in the bathroom or in the bedroom. Like, you know, we literally made the living room of that suite our safe haven, because of so many reasons. You know, not to mention just like some of the experiences we had. I mean, off camera, we started just messing around with the spirit box.
Cut the video, Chris.
Oh, we're not recording.
We're not recording this one. This is off camera.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind then.
Is there anyone here? Can you give us a yes or a no? Another yes, bro.
I don't know.
That's when they talk. That's when it talks.
Yeah.
Right when I answer a question.
Do you want to talk to us?
Is there anything here that wants to communicate with us? Could you say it through the spirit box?
Every time Josh talks is when it responds.
Let me try it again.
Have you noticed that? Yeah. Like if Josh says something, we have something.
Testing out like what we could get a hold of, what we could talk to, and like right off the bat, like certain things were happening. We were getting responses. I think the first thing we heard that night on the spirit box was my name. Like, and that was terrifying to me because I had been there before. It's like almost like something remembered me being there at one point or another. And it just, from that point forward, the night just felt off to me. You know, and at first it was really chill. Then like, you know, we had Jason join us and we like went around the boat and we like kind of explored before we really hit the time marks to like, okay, this is a good time to like actually really get into the paranormals of things. And even at that, the vibe was off because I feel like, I don't know, just like I feel like we immediately started like arguing over things. Like,
So that was over.
Come on, let's get something. Let's get something clear. Come on. Huddle up. Huddle up. I'm not very clear.
All right, guys, we're all the way back up.
Wait. Let's talk to me. Josh.
Bro, wait, no, we got it.
Hold on.
That's all I wanted.
Let's get something
Oh,
clear.
actually, let's go over here because I want to see if we can get
Josh.
What? The
Let's
fuck?
huddle up. I'm not very clear on what's happening. He's pissed off the way I did.
I'm fine.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm very serious.
What the fuck is going on right now?
I'm serious.
don't know.
Let's huddle up.
Fine, Jason, we're fine.
Him straight up, bro. He's straight up. He just told me right now. And we're not.
it's like we were messing around, but like we were almost being passive aggressive with each other at the same time. Like we weren't like wanting to like surpass certain points, but then like, you know, one person would feel like, oh, why not? Screw it, let's just do it. But then like that would like spark kind of like a quick moment of like, yo, like you're being stupid. Like we were just arguing over things that like I feel like us as a group would never argue over. And then things really took a turning point, I feel like, when we went to the pool.
Headache for some reason. Like it's going away, but then like a wave of like anxiety for some reason. Like almost like a moment of like stress.
That's what I feel like in the room. I just felt like something was right here.
But like I feel warm. Like I feel like I'm getting like cold sweats.
Because like we explained in the video, like the pool is like one of just like the most haunted spots. I mean, it's literally closed off to the public. There's no public pool in that hotel, and it's a hotel. Why wouldn't there be a pool? And like, you know, obviously we haven't like cleared up the idea of whether or not Jason had a burn mark from something prior to that, or if something got a hold of him at one point or another. And you know, even at that, after we noticed that, like I was lightheaded. I like had to sit down. I couldn't stand up because I felt like I was actually gonna pass out for a moment. And it was like weird to me, just like the feeling of being down there. I almost felt like I was being suffocated. And you know, it was weird. I don't really know how to describe it. It was like the turning point of the night, I guess is what I would call it. And like, I don't know how many people would agree with me on that, but it was. And you know, then we had the security guard let us into the rope room, and that's where I think, honestly, that's where I think everything took a turn for the worse that night.
Is anyone here with us right now?
Yes.
Was that somebody
You
screaming?
hear that?
Somebody's
Is
trying to
anyone
talk to
here
us.
with us right now? Can I get a yes or a no?
Go back to that center point. You might get better service over there.
Oh,
It's like not words, but it's almost like somebody's like in pain.
yeah.
Pain. Did you hear the word
Yeah,
pain?
pain.
You know, to start off, like we walk in there and like everything we got a hold of was just negative almost. It was like something was trying to be like nice, but it was almost like it was convincing us to let it be around us. It was convincing us to like trust it almost in a sense.
Do you have a name? Are you willing to share your name?
You?
No, what's
your
your
name?
name?
You.
What's my name?
Yeah.
My name is Christian. What is your name?
Are there others here with us, or only you?
I don't know.
And like given the history of where we were, that 100% makes sense. You know, and like, I mean, I vaguely remember like standing there while we were doing the Estes method and just like I felt like something was just like sitting, just like almost like pushing on my chest. Like I felt like 100 pounds was just like sitting right here. Just like I couldn't breathe anymore. Like that's when I had to like cut it off and be like, yo, can we leave? I just don't want to be here anymore. My anxiety levels were high. You know, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the security guard that let us in literally was risking his job. He put his job on the line to let us get the content that we wanted for you guys and put us in a room that not even some of the workers on the boat are even allowed access into. Like only a very handful select people are allowed to be in that room. Most people have to pay the actual boat to have permits to go film in that room, and we got it in like 30 minutes. We literally didn't think it was gonna happen. And we were blessed to do that. And then when we were done, I was getting frustrated because, you know, Jason had started spitting all over the boat throughout the night. And then this is where I kind of drew the line, was it was like, you guys saw, it was kind of like a funnel that led all the way down to the boiler room of the boat. And right at the end of the Estes method, off camera, Jason had just spit all the way down here in front of the security guard. Like, I mean, blatant disrespect. And I was just done for the night. Like I was just kind of like, yo, like this is not okay. We're being disrespectful not only to somebody who is risking their job, we're being disrespectful to a historical monument. Not only that, are we being disrespectful to somebody's grave? People died on this boat. So to spit on it is basically spitting on somebody's grave, and I feel like there was just no right reason to do what he did. And then when we went back into the room, you know, that sparked a pretty long argument.
Start basically all arguing with each other. And it felt very off to me. It felt like something was, like Christian said, pulling us away from each other, all of us.
So then the stuff that happened with Jason, you know, there was a full hour-long argument or so, more, to the point where I was kind of done. I was like, you know what, I'll take you home. Because I don't care to divulge in it. I don't care to argue. I was just there in the room watching the four of them argue. And I was like, okay, I'm sick of this. Like, I'll go. You record, do whatever you want to do. Like, I'll just mend it by just getting rid. Okay? So I was like, that's what I was trying to do. He didn't want to. Jason was like, no, like, I don't want to go. Like, why? Like, I'll drive myself home. And I was like, no, like, I want to drive you home and make sure you're very up there right now. Like, your mental state and your emotions, not even talking about anything else, just the emotions of driving when you're maybe very angry or upset, or you shouldn't be driving like that, you know? Because road rage, or not even that, or just, you know, you don't drive the way that you should. So I think he took it as if I was saying, like, you know, you're driving under the influence. And to me, that's not what I was talking about. So then we were arguing for 30 minutes straight, and I was like, you know what? If you feel that you want to drive home, fine. I'm just trying to look out for someone that I see as my friend, because the fact that you were getting mad at me for not intervening in the argument that they were having, but I wanted to take you home to make sure that you were safe, then fine. But at the same time, if anything happens to you, just know that I'm the last person that's going to see you, and that I'm going to feel like a douchebag for the rest of my life.
It like kind of, I don't know, like it changed the whole vibe of like the night for a bit. And after that, we were like, okay, let's go film some more.
But the one part that I know for sure, I will vouch for this every time, because I was the one holding the damn camera and the light. So I'm like, I know damn well that this shit was on.
because I was holding this light. The button to turn it off and on is right here. My fingers are nowhere near this thing, right? So then the fact that I'm holding it and then Aiden is in the essence method, so he's not even paying attention. Josh and Christian are asking the questions, and then I'm just here, propped up, right? And then as he's answering these questions, and then all of a sudden the spirits box is like answering. Well, so they start answering and saying stuff more aggressive. Like he's asking, "Do you like us?" And then he's saying, "Why are you here?" And you're like, "Oh, well, we're just trying to, whatever, test and see, and like we're just no harm." And then he says, "If you stay," and then boom, the light just. And I'm like, I didn't do that, guys. I swear I didn't do that. I literally look at it, I do it, I turn it off, and then turn it back on, because it was not me that turned it off.
Next gen. Are we the next generation of ghost hunters? Do you like us? Are we respecting?
Why are you here? Why are you here?
We're here to understand your story. We're here to speak to you. We mean no harm. We mean no disrespect.
If you stay.
No. No.
No way.
The light did not just die.
No way, the light just fucking died. No way.
Aiden.
Yo,
Get out of
Aiden, get the fuck up, bro. The light just fucking died.
Hold on. I'm turning on the fucking light.
Bro, the light just fucking died. Holy shit, yo, it just flickered.
Yeah, those always flicker. But
Bro, it's like my light just died.
Said wait.
Bro.
no, take it off. Take it off. We're taking it off.
Yeah,
The light just died.
Right when you said I'll stay, it fucking died. I swear to God.
So I had to turn it off just to turn it back on, and I'm like, bro, that shit right there was scary as hell. Like the energy you get from that is, I don't think you could replicate it. Like you could fake it in ways and stuff, and you could, easily, because it's not in the camera's view. But I honestly wasn't worried about showing that and being like, oh no, this is real. Like this is, like, to me, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, this is real. I'm done. I'm out. Bye. Like, let's go. I didn't want to film anymore, but I was like, okay, fine. If we want to, like, we got out of that room, and then I really didn't want to do the essence method at B340. But since I was the last one that didn't do it, even though Christian didn't do it, I was like, fine, I'll do it.
I had the right reason to not do it, okay?
You're right.
People outside the room.
Inside the room.
Yeah, it was weird at that point. And then, like, honest to God, like, probably the scariest part of the whole night had to be, Aiden. Aiden's time on that boat is one that I know I'll never forget, and none of us will ever forget, especially Aiden. As you guys saw, we went to the room B340, which is actually the room I experienced probably one of the craziest things in my life ever 3 years ago. Basically what had happened was 3 years ago, right out of COVID, like, I had gone to the boat with, and don't ever do this at home, with a Ouija board to B340, and we played the Ouija board in front of the room because it wasn't being rented out to the public. And right as we started getting answers and started talking to something, we hear like a knock back on the door when I knocked on it. And then no more than like a minute later, I get just like this like crazy bloody nose out of nowhere. And like, I just felt sick and nauseous to my stomach. And I was just kind of like, I need to get out of here, whatever's here. Like, I don't get bloody noses. I don't, ever. And like, for me to have that happen after something knocks back on me in a room that nobody's in, that's crazy. I mean, terrifying almost. Like, I promised myself I would never go back to that room, and I did. And little did I know, like, the next time I'd be at that room, I literally watched like one of my best friends of like 8 years get possessed by something. And it's like, some of you guys might not believe that he was possessed, but it's like, you have to understand from my point of view. Like, we had all been messing around, but at the same time taking what we were doing seriously. And prior to that, Aiden was totally fine. And then Aiden and I were like, yo, like, we're done with the method. Like, Chris hadn't been under yet. So Josh was like, let's just film it with him, like, doing the method and, like, get the footage that we need to do what we need to do, and then walk away, go back to the room. So Aiden and I, as you guys saw, we were sitting behind them, across from each other on opposing sides of the wall. And Aiden was, like, already, like, just feeling weird. Like, he said he wasn't feeling good. And I figured it was whatever he ate prior, because we didn't really eat the best food before. But like, then he was just like, his head was down like this, and he was like answering to Josh's questions that he was asking Chris.
Here.
Hey, what are you talking about?
I have no idea why it's this, but.
Have you been following us the whole time?
No.
Hey, what are you doing? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
Have you been following us the whole time?
No, I haven't, but why do you want to communicate with us?
Homie, wait, why are you
What are you doing?
That was crazy.
Why are you responding?
Yeah, I've been following you.
What?
Why?
Exactly.
Wait, Aiden, why are you responding?
Wait, this is weird.
I'm hearing it and I'm just responding, that's it.
Wait,
how the fuck can you
hear?
Yeah, what do you mean you're hearing what?
Hear what he's saying?
So are you just responding as a joke?
Yeah. I was just responding, not as a joke, but just what he's saying.
And you got it on point though.
That's kind of crazy.
Like myself. Like I wasn't being myself. Like it wasn't me who was like present in the moment. And that lasted for about an hour. But I would like come back into it and like basically like gain consciousness again for like maybe a couple seconds. And it was like you blacked out. It's like if you got like way too lit while drinking, and instead of like a blackout, you had like a brownout where it was like happened every now and then. You would like come in and out of it, and you remember like some of the night. That's how it was. Like I remembered some of it, but I didn't remember about a whole hour of time. And when I would come back into it, I would feel like really, really uneasy, and like I knew something was really, really wrong in the moment, but I just didn't know what, and I was like so out of it that I couldn't like help myself. And then it would like fade back, and I go like back into my subconscious, and I wouldn't be myself for a bit, and then I jump right back in, and then same exact feeling. Like I'd feel like dread coming over me. I would feel like something was super wrong. I just didn't know what was happening. And then I popped back in for a little bit, and then I told Christian that my stomach was hurting, and that like I wanted to throw up, like, let's go back to the room.
He looks up at me, he's like, can we go back to the room? And I'm like, yeah, why? Like, are you good? Like, he's like, no. And like, I still felt like I wasn't talking to Aiden. I'm like, okay, like, what's wrong? He's like, I just feel like I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, that's when I had Josh cut the camera, because I'm like, Josh, like, he's gonna throw up. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Right, but
Hey, he has to throw up.
you serious?
We need to call it.
Yo, call it.
We gotta go.
Yo, he's gotta throw up. He's gotta throw up.
I was like thrown off by that. And the weirdest part of it all was literally the moment after that. He had no recollection of like the last 45 minutes to an hour of that night. Like he just did not remember saying the things that he said to us. He did not remember acting the way he did. And like, even though I tried talking to him about it, I thought he was joking with me. I was like, dude, like, what happened? And like, you know, he was still acting weird like the rest of the night. Even when we like crashed, like we were finally done filming, we're like, okay, we got 2 hours left. We were planning on going through footage, but next thing you know, I'm like asleep, and I wake up and Chris is like asleep on the fucking table. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And Aiden's like bear hugging me, cuddling me. And I'm like, what? Okay, guys, I guess we're really that tired. And it was just like, from that point forward, it was like, okay, like I felt safe, we'd eaten, we were good, like we got our rest, we're going home. And then the weirdest part of this all is, beyond Aiden's possession, was we drop him off at home, and the next thing you know is we see like what looks like a sty right under his like right eye, like right here.
My eye kind of got messed up, and I don't know why. It happened right after the possession, and basically it lasted like that for about a month, and I thought I had a sty. I was putting eye drops in, eye medication, everything I could to try and get rid of it, and nothing was really working. It ended up healing by itself. It's still not completely healed. It's a little bit of a scar, like right up there. A lot better than what it was. It looked like I had a black eye, but only on the bottom part of my eyelid, like right here. And that lasted all throughout October, basically, and a bit of November.
And it wasn't a sty. Like, he thought it was, we all thought it was, but then like a week goes by, it's still there. It actually got worse, and it got to the point where it hurt, but it didn't itch like a sty. He said it hurt like a bruise, like as if something like punched him in the face. Like, I don't think any of us will ever be the same after a whole night on the boat. But yeah, that was pretty much my experience and things that I have to say about our experience on the night at Queen Mary.
Well, yeah, guys, that was our experience for the Queen Mary. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We really wanted to tell you everything that happened, and I just think we couldn't explain it in all one video. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all the support recently, and I will catch you guys
See you guys in the next one.
in the next video.
Peace.